Hi, you guys, it's Yaz. I want to tell you about my two books that are on Amazon, okay? You can download them free with the trial membership from Kindle. The first book is Regain Your Power. If you're in a relationship and you feel like your partner has all the control in the relationship, maybe you're walking around on eggshells, you're afraid to approach them, it's going to tell you how to regain your power and be happy in the relationship, okay? And what you may be doing wrong, and that's why your partner has all the control in the relationship. The other book is Signs He's Not Into You, He's Wasting Your Time. There's a lot of people that are dating someone or in a relationship with somebody who's not really vested in the relationship. And we often are confused as to whether our partner really likes us or is into us or wants a future with us. And this book is going to give you signs and red flags of whether your partner is into you or he's just basically drifting and wasting your time. So go to Amazon and download the Kindle free trial membership. Doesn't cost you anything. And check it out. It may help you. Okay? And have a great day. Hi, you guys. It's Yaz. Today I'm going to talk about why playing hard to get doesn't work today. Okay? The reason that I'm doing this is because I see a lot of coaches that are always telling either the men or the women, you need to play hard to get. You need to play hard to get. And I think a large part of the problem is so many people are playing this game. They're trying to, they think by playing hard to get, the person is going to want them more. Now, the game has changed, you guys. We're not in the same place we were years ago. Why? Because of social media, because of the options that everybody has. So playing hard to get doesn't work like it used to work years ago. And this is what happens to a lot of people. A lot of people figure, you know what? I'm not going to get back to him right away, or I'm not going to get back to her right away. I'm going to make them wait. And, they're going to want me more, or I'm going to keep canceling on the date. This way, they're going to want me more. Now, if this happened years ago, maybe that would have worked, okay? But today, guess what? They're going to move on to the next, okay? So the thing is this, you guys. If you play a lot of games, that person is not going to deal with you. That person is going to move on to the next. That's why I tell you, when you meet somebody, just be straight up with them, okay? Show them the same interest that they show you. If they make plans with you and they're making an effort, then you make an effort. If they call you when they say they're going to call you, then you call them, okay? You mirror the person, okay? If they don't show you the consistency, or they don't, make plans with you, then you don't make this person a priority. Then you know that this person is either playing games with you or they're not 100% all in on you. And that is somebody that you don't give a lot of your time to. That is somebody that you don't put your heart into it. You don't play games back, because when it starts with games, it ends with games. This is what happens, you guys. I've seen it over and over. What happens is sometimes a woman will play a game where, the guy will text her and she'll wait like 5-6 hours later or the next day or 2 days later to get back to him. She finally gets back to him. Now he says to himself, it took her this long to get back to me. Now I'm going to make her wait a week. So now he makes her wait a week. And then guess what? Because he made her wait a week. Now she makes him wait another week. And nobody ever connects. And what happens during all this time is, guess what? They're moving on to the next, and they're talking to other people that aren't playing these games. So you got to really weed out, people that are transparent, people that really want to meet somebody are not going to play these kinds of games. And playing hard to get doesn't work that way. I've known people that have tried to play hard to get with somebody that they were talking to by, bringing up other guys or talking about their other dates and everything like that. That's just going to turn somebody off. All right? They're going to say to themselves, well, you know what? She really doesn't seem that much into me. So let me go talk to this person. I'm not going to take her seriously. And you're thinking to yourself, oh, I want to show him I have other options and I'm talking to all these people and everything like that. And to a lot of guys, they get turned off by that. They're going to say to themselves, this one is all over the place. Now, the other extreme is not to be too available to somebody, okay? And the thing is this, you guys, you make yourself available according to your schedule. What's going on in your life? If you have other priorities in your life, your work, your family, your children, those things always come first. You never put those things on the side in order to give a stranger all of your time. That person's got to earn your time. So that's how you go about when you first start dating somebody. But as far as, the chasing business, all right, the other extreme is when you call or text somebody that is not responding to you. Do not do that either, you guys. People are not stupid. If they're not texting you back, they're not interested. All right? You're not important in their life. I don't care how busy somebody is. When somebody wants to talk to you, they will get back to you. That's why you see in the beginning, the texts, the calls were so strong. You were getting a lot of calls and you were getting a lot of texts in the beginning because in the beginning, you were important to them. Why were you important to them? Because you were something new and something they were real. The interest level was up high. Okay. And maybe as they talk to you and everything like that, they got a little, bored with the conversation or they wanted something new. They liked you, but maybe, you weren't 100% what they were looking for, or maybe they saw things in you that, turned them off, but they still like you. All right. So the thing is this, don't chase anybody either. You just, you go along and you treat somebody as like a respectable person that you would treat, like a coworker or a friend or something like that. And don't play hard to get. Hard to get won't work. See, now there's a difference between somebody who's playing hard to get and somebody who values themselves more and who's busy in their own life. Somebody who's busy on their hustle, trying to make it in their job or their career or building a business or something like that. It's not intentional that they're playing hard to get. It's that their priorities right now are to work on themselves. And the thing you have to remember when you're dealing with somebody like that is you have to say to yourself, well, if they're so busy in other things that are going on in their lives, do they really have the time to put into me or into the relationship? All right. Like I saw on a lot of the boards on the social media, on one of the posts, people were saying things like with the I need a break. People were saying things like, well, I needed time to myself to work on myself and my mental health, or I needed time in my job, or I needed time. Well, if you need all this time, then you're not able to be in a fully committed relationship, and you need to express that to the other person, okay? You don't string them along or tell them, listen, I need a break. You just sit on the side for when I'm able to deal with you. You're not going to put somebody else's life on hold, for yourself. If you're not able to be in it, you need to, stand up and be honest with that person and tell them, listen, right now I can't be in this relationship, so that that person can move on and do what they need to do. That's what's called respect for the other person. But a lot of people don't do that. Why don't they do that? Because they're self-absorbed and they're thinking of their needs first, what they need to do, and they don't want to throw you away. They want to keep you on the side, but right now their priorities are going to be something else. And a lot of times people are going to sit there and they're going to tell you that, they're very busy working on themselves, when really a lot of times they're not working on themselves. They're working on seeing what else is around that's a better fit for them than you are. Okay? That's just a fact, you guys. A lot of people don't want to hear it, but it happens to be the truth. And it just happened to a very good friend of mine whose girl he was going out with for 5 years. She tells him, she needs a break. She needs a break. And, I knew the minute he told me that, she must have had somebody on the side. And she did have somebody on the side. And he did catch her cheating. Now, not everybody that says they need a break, it has somebody on the side, but a lot of people do. It's a very common thing that people do when they want to pursue somebody else. They give you that excuse and they put you on the side because they're not ready to throw you away, because they want to see what happens with that other person before they totally cut you loose to go date other people. It's a very selfish thing, you guys. They don't want to give you your freedom and tell you, listen, I don't want to be in this relationship, or they're afraid of drama or whatever. So they try to play it gentle. I just want to, let's take a break. Okay. So I just wanted to point that out. But this podcast, I wanted to talk about chasing people because, I see it a lot with a lot of the coaches. A lot of the coaches will say, you don't want to make yourself too available for that person. And, you need to show them that you're rare and you're a hard commodity and everything like that. Now, I understand what they're trying to say, but what a lot of these coaches have missed, along the way is that we're in a different world. Now, I'm not saying that you go out there and, you bombard somebody with a lot of attention or you become the other extreme. What I'm trying to say is that you don't play these games of playing hard to get, because you're going to lose somebody. You are going to lose somebody. Here's the thing, you guys. If somebody's really interested, they're going to follow through. They're not going to, take a chance of losing you to meeting somebody else. So if you play these games with somebody like that, you're sending that person mixed signals. You're telling them, I like you, but, I'm independent. You could show that you're independent, all right, without playing hard to get. A lot of people, they're busy in their own lives. They have things going on in their own lives. It doesn't necessarily mean that, they need to play hard to get. There's a difference there. There is a complete and utter difference. And, I think the important thing is, what a lot of the coaches are trying to convey is you don't want to come off as looking desperate. All right? Now, I say, listen, if you're just, mirroring the person's attention that they give you, you're not going to come off looking desperate. You don't bombard them with texts. You don't bombard them with calls, okay? You accept whatever they throw your way, and then you decide how you're going to deal with that person, where you're going to put that person in your life. Is this going to be somebody who's going to be a category A that you give your time to because they're showing you consistency and giving you their time? Or is this going to be a category B person that just kind of hits you up whenever they feel like it, when you're just, you're a rotation of their options and, you're the Monday text of the week? That's somebody that you don't give your time to, and that's somebody that you don't take seriously, okay? And the other thing too is, you guys, whatever attention they show you in the beginning, that's pretty much what it's going to be, in the sense that what I'm trying to say is this. If you meet somebody and, they like you and they're nice, but maybe you're not exactly what they want or what they're looking for, and that's not your fault, okay? Sometimes people are just really picky and they expect like perfection. They expect somebody with a perfect body and a great career and somebody who's always going to be around for them, all right? There's some people with unrealistic expectations of what they want. That's why these people will never be satisfied. That's why these people will always be on the dating apps forever. You'll see them in the next 10 years still on the dating app because they're looking for something that they're never going to find. All right? You have to be realistic. We're all human. We all have flaws. So if you're dealing with somebody like that and they like you, but, maybe deep down they're saying to themselves, she's okay, but, I wanted somebody younger, or, she's really, she's always available. She's not really, I want somebody hotter or something like that. Don't think by talking to them, more and more, all of a sudden you're going to change this person. You're not going to change this person. Whatever was their level of interest in you in the beginning was their level of interest. So, if it wasn't that much in the beginning, it's going to be less and less as time goes on because the fantasy is starting to wane. In the beginning, everybody meets somebody and they look at that person and that person is like, wow, they look at them and maybe they have nice pictures or whatever and they say, wow, he's really sexy or she's really sexy. And then when they have a conversation, there may be things that turn them off about them. Or, maybe they have an attitude, or maybe they're selfish and certain things turn them off. And all of a sudden, that fantasy they had of that person is not the same. Okay? So, you need to keep that in mind. And the reason that I tell you about playing hard to get doesn't work is because a lot of people lose good people by playing hard to get. All right? So I had a girlfriend of mine. She was talking to somebody and, she posted on her Facebook a post, and one of the guys on her Facebook, he commented and she said something like, oh, thank you, hon. That's really sweet and everything like that. And the guy that she was talking to, he got turned off by it because he said to himself, oh, what is she flirting with that other guy? Which she wasn't flirting with that other guy. She was just being respectful, and because that person had paid her a compliment or whatever. She didn't go over, what she should have said. But because the guy she was talking to had a very fragile ego, all right, he got totally turned off, and he gives her the thumb up mark on her inbox as if to say, see ya, okay? Because he thought that she was playing games with him. See, it's like if you have people on your social media and you start flirting with a lot of people, let's say woman to man, you start flirting with a lot of guys on your social media and that person is there and you like that person and they see that you're flirting with somebody on a post. And you think, oh, they're going to want me more because they see all these guys that like me and everything. I'm a hot commodity and blah, blah, blah. No, they're going to be turned off. They're going to be turned off because they're going to think you're a girl that's all around the place, that has all these options. And a lot of people, if they feel that you have so many options and all these people are coming at you in the inbox, they are going to be turned off. And I'm telling you, they're going to walk away. All right. This is what a big mistake that a lot of people make. You try to make somebody jealous. Okay. That will backfire in your face. Believe me when I trust you. And especially when it comes to women to men and you're dealing with a guy with a fragile ego. If you try to make that man jealous that man is not going to, totally break down your doors. That man is going to say, the hell with you. I'm going to deal with a girl that I don't have to deal with these games, or that she doesn't have these other guys, that I got to get myself involved in the middle of that. Okay. Now that's in the beginning when you're trying to get to know somebody. Now, when you make somebody jealous later on and you're in a full-blown relationship, that's a totally different conversation that I'm not going to get into on this podcast. I'm talking about basically how playing hard to get, you will lose good people, okay? And this happens a lot, especially, when people are out in the dating world and everything. Everybody's like trying to play it cool. I'm going to play it cool. I'm not going to show them too much attention. This is the other problem. People don't show that they're interested. They give them a little comment here or a comment there, and they don't show enough interest. There's a fine line. This is the thing, you guys. There is a fine line in showing interest and not coming off desperate. And the other extreme is when somebody just doesn't show enough interest. And because you have the options factor going on, that person is going to jump to the next. Because you have a lot of people out there that have been hurt, that have fragile egos. And if they feel they're not getting enough back from you, they're going to keep it moving. And then you say to yourself, well, I don't understand. All of a sudden, he's not showing me interest. Or all of a sudden, she's not showing me interest. Okay? That's because they got a signal from you that you may be responding to them, but maybe you're not being consistent with them, or maybe you're becoming a little flaky, or, you're not showing that you want to move forward, okay? And that happens a lot when somebody just reciprocates a text and doesn't really, follow through with wanting more from somebody. Like if somebody inboxes you or texts you and says something to you, and they say to you, I can't believe, the weather or something like that. I'm just going to use that as an example. And you come back and you say, yeah, I know. And you don't have a follow-up to the conversation by asking them a follow-up question or a follow-up something to keep the conversation going. If you don't keep the conversation going, all right, that person is just going to say, they're probably not that interested. Let me move on to the next, okay? So I just wanted to bring that up. But the whole thing is, you guys, be careful of, the advice that you get out there, because a lot of people are living in a time machine. A lot of coaches that are preaching, play hard to get, play hard to get. What they forgot to tell you is that, people have more options today. And if you play too hard to get, you're going to lose somebody. So that's why I wanted to do this, okay? And, just basically mirror the person and treat them with the same energy that they treat you with, okay? That's how you're able to know how much to give to that person. I hope that helps you, and if it did, please hit the subscribe button and share, and have a great day. Thanks. Are you having a problem in your dating or relationship life and you need a question answered? Well, go to my website. The link is in the podcast description, and you'll see how you can ask Yaz a question and get it answered confidentially. So go to the podcast description and look for the link where it talks about how Yaz will answer your question.